And you can imagine my face.
Go on.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
I was going to do it straight.
I know, it's all right. But you're never funny. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whenever it is. I have lost track of time, but we are here back on SAFC Fan TV. And as you can see, we're all together, all friends together.
So Dino,
so we're here, we're in the studio. And we are live, which means you can join us via the live chat on this Sunday evening. We've enjoyed, he's back again. We haven't seen him for ages. He's lost a bit of weight as well, haven't you?
Oh, I'm not shy.
Michael's here. Michael, say hello to everybody.
Transfer to me and Dino.
Michael's talking
Sorry.
to you.
Sorry.
So, Michael, what do you want to say?
No.
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Not so bad. How's your day been?
Not too bad. As you can see by the size of us, had a nice big Sunday dinner. Just watching the
Oh,
football.
don't say that, Michael. We're all just having a laugh. Are you, have you been to church?
No, not quite.
You haven't been to church. No. We're joined by the very slim Jack Dots here as well. Jack,
all right.
how's you did? Well, we've been talking about it before we came on air, how much we all eat. And Jack, how's your day been?
It's been very good. I've been for a nice, lovely walk.
Is it good to be back in the studio?
Oh, do you know what? It feels lovely.
Does that feel lovely?
It doesn't feel very lovely when you start touching us up, though. No. Couldn't talk to Dino, so you can touch him up.
And on the end, just about scores him in on the end there, is the man, well, we used to call him Mr. Gingerbeard, but now
Mr.
no
Fresh
longer.
Paste.
It's hang on, what's his name again? It's Eric Clarkman, apparently on the end. Dino, how's your day been?
Boring, just same old boring day.
Same
Never
old.
got anything exciting to say.
On a Sunday, nah. Sunday's just boring.
It's either I've not been up much or I've just been asleep. I've just woken up and gone to sleep later on.
I know, but he just listen. He just you know what I mean. He just work nights and stuff
So
like
he's
that.
a grafter.
Anyway, we are here to talk everything Sunderland. We are going to be joined by a couple of guests as well. Tyler Rowlandson from Charlton. The Charlton fan is going to join us in around about 10 minutes from now. We'll have a chat about yesterday's game with him. And then Ben from Cod's Vlogs, the Fleetwood Town fan, is going to join us towards the end, and we'll have a chat with him as well. Already on the live chat, we've got Demo Rins says, did Pritchard break into Dino's and Nicky's beard?
No, because he's not ginger.
Las Palmas Magnum is there. Dean Cook is there. Thean or whatever you want to call him, friend of the show. David Walker. Ben may, or he may not. Who knows? Anthony Perth and Conrad Tank already in there. Hello to you lot. So, yesterday then, down at the Valley, the skids into the Valley. You three won't have a clue what we're on about there.
Not at all.
Right then. Charlton 0, Sunderland 0. We'll start with Michael. Michael, what did you think of that yesterday?
Best thing I can say about it is it's another clean sheet. What lasted 3 minutes and 42 seconds. I've already mentioned clean sheets.
Although you didn't keep one last night, did you?
No comment. To keep a clean sheet, don't get me wrong, is certainly something I bang on about a lot because it greatly increases your chance of winning, as far as I'm concerned. And I think the last two games, much better defensively. The type of standing of defending I want to be seeing quite consistently. Yesterday, I mean, don't get me wrong, you could kind of tell to a degree that Charlton were on a poor run of form, that they didn't look like they had the confidence. But at the same time, I think we didn't let them have a sniff. I looked at the stats, Charlton didn't have a shot on target. Obviously, going forward, could have been a bit better. Ross Stewart had at least, I think, one or two really good chances. Elliot Embleton had a good chance, certainly in the second half, I think. I think it's one of those where, on the day, if we just had as a cliche goes, we had our shooting boots on and we're better finishing, we would have won the game. Thought we were solid enough, but, not spectacular.
Right, thanks, Michael. Just quickly on the chat, Mick Griffith says, where's Terence? Was a toss-up between Terry and Michael, and the biggest toss-up. That just gave to me that. See, there you go. See,
well done.
It's a gift. It's a gift. I can't teach you that. No, the thing is Michael's not been on for a while, and we are in the studio, and because Michael's got his ropey internet, we do try and get Michael on as often as possible, but we're not always in the studio. But we are in the studio in England, in Sunderland, actually, instead of Spain for a change. That's
Was it a nice flight?
what Emma says. It was an okay flight. It was
Good
all right.
safe flight.
Well, Dino was asleep on my shoulder. David K says, down by Easter Philly. Don't know what you're on about. Tony Lee, all right. Eric and the lads. The 3 Vs are back, apparently. And if you don't know what he's talking about, this is Tony Lee with his 3 Vs. Well, there's the 3 Vs. We don't even know what a V is, but there's the 3 Vs back with us. We did take another 4 at Tony Lee at the match.
Just to embarrass him even further.
So there you go. And we might as well do that one.
I tell you what, that one with the stripes is piled away on a bit, hasn't it?
So there you go. So that's a flick through our little slideshow for you. Dino, on the end, we was in our Spanish studio. We watched the game, and your thoughts on it?
Didn't score. I mean,
Oh.
Michael bangs on about the clean sheet thing, but again, he always says if you keep clean sheets, you'll win the game. We didn't. We couldn't score.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 you win the game if you're good. We've got enough to score.
Not really.
No,
I wouldn't say so. I think clean sheets are good. Yeah, fair enough. But for me, it's all about goals. Who scores the most goals? And bang on about clean sheets. Clean sheets.
Is that how football works then, Dino?
Yeah, clean sheets. Clean sheets don't win you the league. Get you promoted.
To quote Michael Owen, the team who tends to score the most goals usually wins the game.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get us wrong. Their keeper had a really, really good game. I mean, he made some quite good saves. Yeah, he made one from Ross Stewart in the second half. Where
I think he made a few routines.
He had a couple of routine saves, but he made one really good save when Ross Stewart was through and tried to put in the bottom left corner, and it was a really good save. But we've always struggled against McGillivray for some reason. I don't know why.
He's one of the better keepers at this level. I'm not getting him at the end of the season, to be honest.
I didn't think we'll be nick him off him. But don't get us wrong, the passing was a lot better. I thought passing wise were really, really good. We didn't really create a lot of chances, but the last couple of games we've been scoring from set pieces. I mean, it's good to score from set piece now and again, but when you're struggling to score from open play, it is a problem because you're never guaranteed to score from a set piece. Whereas if you're creating from open play, it looks good. It was better, but still not good enough.
Right, okay. Just very quickly, couple of members down here. We've been joined by the American adopted Mackham, who says SAFC Fan TV is awesome. And also down there, we've got a new member as well. Welcome to the club, Kathleen Baxter. Down there, the adopted Mackham show, which is Carl Molson, our friend down here, has donated £2 via the super chat. You guys are amazing and awesome. Hope to come on one day. Flipping hell, it's tight enough anyway. Carl will get you on one day. All right, at some point, I'm sure we can. We will tell you at this point, of course. You can donate to the channel. The channel doesn't make a profit, and it does cost money to run. So any donations that come in are gratefully accepted. You can do that via the super chat if you wish to do so. There's a little $ at the bottom of the live chat. Just click on there, select the amount you'd like to donate, and it's all gratefully appreciated and does go to the running of the channel. Though we will say it is free. If you want to chat, you can still chat for free. My wife says, God, Westlife have let themselves go. Don't even know who Westlife are, to be honest. Young Jack.
Yes.
Who's getting older by the day. What did you think of yesterday? You went down to the valley. What was the atmosphere like?
That was all right. Was pretty decent. I don't think it was quite a sellout, but it was pretty full.
Was it as good as Wigan?
Probably not. No, but then
Do you remember Wigan
we didn't
when,
win 3-0. Yes.
The old Mescal flag there. I don't know what it is in the middle. The duck hunter. All right. There you go. Sorry, Jack. Go on. Good atmosphere then, yes?
Yeah, it was pretty decent. I thought. I just hope that game can be used as a bit of a catapult for further results.
Springboard,
yes, catalyst, or whatever word you want to use. I thought we probably the best performance since Wickham away, which was the first game of the new year. I think since then that's probably been our best overall performance in that. I know we won 3-0 away last week, but I think apart from those 3 incidents where obviously 2 penalties and getting a goal from a free kick, I don't think we did a great deal in the final third. Controlled the game quite well, passed the ball very well. Created a handful of chances, should have scored. I was absolutely gutted walking out on the ground, to be honest, that we didn't get a goal. I thought we really deserved it to get the win. I think it'll either go one of two ways. We'll either be looking back at that game and thinking that could have been a win, 3 points, it could have kick-started a bit of momentum. Or we'll look back at that game and say, all right, we didn't get the result we desired, but because of how good the performance was, it was able to push us on a little bit more.
There's enough there to build on.
Yeah. I think it's a decent platform yesterday. Again, 2 clean sheets in a row. You know, that's always a positive. Like I say, it moved the ball a lot better. It did create a lot of chances. Definitely should have scored. We've now got 3 very winnable games coming up, which I'm sure we'll get to. I think if that can be used as a bit of a platform to go and get, you know, better results on the board and kickstart some better form and guarantee our playoff spot, then we'll look back and go, all right, we should have won that game and that might have been a bit costly, but actually, in the end, you know, it's worked out all right.
Can I just say as well? I mean, I know we're banging on about the clean sheet. That's a positive one. But did Charlton do anything? I don't remember Patterson really doing anything at all, apart from the last minute where
they never had a shot. They never had a shot on target. Just very quickly though, I will say it's one of them things where we say, I mean, I'd rather us play rubbish and get a scrappy goal and get a 1-0 win. But when you do that and you get that win, everybody still complains and said, yeah, we won, but we were terrible. We played awful and what have you. So and here we are complaining that we didn't win, but we were brilliant, I thought, yesterday.
The thing is, though, Freddie, we've been in such awful form. The performances and results have been so bad. In order to guarantee a playoff spot, as well as being good form, when, you know, in time for playoffs coming, I think what's arguably more important right now is making sure that we are getting solid performances week in, week out. And Alex Neil touched on that in his post-match interview. Because if you keep getting good performances, eventually something's got to give, and you probably will end up starting to win a few games.
Right, okay. Are you wanting in as well?
Yeah, I was going to say, right. I know that obviously a lot of people say that the goals win the games, and they do, right? Just to be the obvious one here. But if you look at it, just to compare...
Okay, Michael Owen.
Yeah.
That's Michael Bowers, not Michael Owen.
I love
Go on, Michael. Sorry about this. Right. I do apologise.
Banter, it's fine. Just to compare us and Rotherham, who are the team at top of the league and very strong chance that will go up automatically. Rotherham have scored 62 goals. We've scored 61. So scoring in general hasn't been a problem this season. The biggest difference, we've let in 47 goals. They've let in 21. So defending is just as important as scoring the odd goal. And there's been a number of times where we've conceded goals to teams who practically have done nothing in otherwise in the game. But in the one moment where there's a bit of pressure, we switch off and concede a goal. So it's about getting the right balance. And this is why I think the 2 clean sheets and all things actually more important. I think people are underestimating how important that could be. It's only important if we go and get a good run in the next coming games, but you've got the foundation at the back now, and with that means that confidence starts to build in the team. And if we're not scoring goals, if we're not fluid going forward, we've got it within us to win a game 1-0. And I'm not saying play for a clean sheet and not try to win the game, but if you don't, but again, if we keep clean sheets in half the games that we've lost or drawn, then how many more points would we have?
I think as well that the main point of yesterday was, as much as we did keep the clean sheet, that didn't necessarily, mean that we weren't very, very good in the front foot. Like, we could have done more in the final third, but at the end of the day, we had enough chances to win the game. So you've kept the clean sheet whilst also actually creating a fair few amount of chances
that's the point.
going forward.
Even if you haven't took the chances, you've still at least took something from the game.
Right. Just very quickly, I want to jump back on the chat. First of all, Tony Lee says, wonder what the combined weight of the panelists tonight. Some big units amongst
monsters, units.
I think he must be referred to you 3. Kathleen Baxter says, has anyone got word on the meeting with KLT? Has he actually had that meeting yet?
It was due to be Thursday.
It was supposed to be last week, but no minutes or any
record of the minutes. So nothing's.
But equally, it might be taking them a while to produce the minutes, because I know that both parties have got to agree on the minutes that are going to be released.
It's got to be mutual agreement.
The man mistake is on there. Say hello to Terry, everybody. Hello, Terry.
Well, cool. Awkward silence.
That usually happens after you talk, Michael.
Babyface Dino,
especially on a date,
is what Terry says there. Babyface Dino, and the Dotted Mackham Show says, "Dodsy, give us a wave." Dodsy.
I did give him a wave a few minutes ago, but there you go.
All right. Apparently, David Walker says the minutes are due in the next few days. So we'll. Somebody says they're out tomorrow. Steve Flounders down there, and a super sticker purchased by Chris Prince. Can I have a round of applause for Chris Prince?
Doing a me style applause.
Well, we don't need to because you're there to do it for us, Michael.
You're very welcome.
So £2 super sticker donated. The money obviously goes towards the running of the channel. We got 43 likes. We'd like to try and get 100 likes if we can on Sunday. So just hit that thumbs up. We'll take a second to do so. And don't forget, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. That is also free. We are about to be joined shortly by Tyler Rowlandson from Charlton. I mean, the performance for me was, I mean, it's the best we've played sort of since the beginning of the season. The passing was, I thought it was Brazil in our little Brazilian strip down there. What about a man of the match for you? Stood out for you? Jack, do you want to start us with that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think there was any really bad performances yesterday. I thought there was a lot of players who haven't played particularly well recently, but picked it up. I thought Evans won basically everything that came his way. Was pretty solid defensively, didn't really give the ball much away. Thought Sirkin was solid defensively again. Nothing really got past him. Was always pretty energetic when we were breaking. Looked a little bit uncomfortable in the final third, but apart from that, it was pretty good. I'm finding it hard to pick one player out, but I think I'll give it to Ramalji.
I wish you'd hurry up and just pick a player out then, and then
we'll don't ask us then. Go on.
Oh, sorry, we're forgetting that Jack's the 12-year-old on the panel.
I think I'll say Jamalji because I thought he was mistake-free, pretty good.
Isn't that a film, isn't it? Jumanji.
Jumanji, yes.
All right, okay. Anyway, just very quickly, where was it? Before I go back to man of the match with you, because Pen May on the chat says, can you ask the panel, will we make the playoffs? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. Easily, there you go. Dino?
Yes.
Man of the match?
For me, Broadhead. I mean, it was so good to see him back on the side. I mean, he looked sharp, he looked good. Obviously, he came off because obviously he didn't want to risk him. But when he was on the pitch, he was trying to make things happen. His touch was letting him down a little bit, but he seemed to be everywhere. He was making the runs down the channel. I thought it was a good performance from someone who's been out for the last, what was it,
2.5 months or something?
2.5 months.
Mate, so the Arsenal game before Christmas, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah. So for me, I'll give it a Broadhead.
Do you want to get 70 minutes
Broadhead,
as well?
yeah. Right, okay.
Yeah,
just very quickly, Tam on there says, can't stop watching Phil's notebook flapping. That's because Dino insisted on us putting the fan on. All right.
For Fan TV.
Yeah, but he's got his shirt on, he's got his hoodie on, he's got 3 vests on, 2 pairs of underpants.
That's why I look so big. That's why I look so big.
That's what the V's are. Three vests, 3. Figured it out finally.
Yes.
After these years.
Anthony Perth says Winchester Canny. John Marriott says that was clap. Really? And
casual observer.
Casual observer.
Oh God, what's he saying?
Bella's got the clap, dear Lord.
Yeah, that's a problem. If I did the clap again, you'd all damage your sense of hearing. So
I mean, that wasn't the point he was making.
no, but yeah, it still was.
Something will be burning.
Right,
okay.
Michael, Starman for yesterday.
If I had to pick one, probably Alex Pritchard. I think he was the one who was the key focal point of anything we were trying to do going forward. And although we did still create chances after he went off injured, which hopefully he's not out for too long, but he's on crutches, doesn't look very promising. But yeah, I would say Pritchard, but Dean Shout with Broadhead, I think is a good one. But the fact he's been out for so long, I think it's good to see him hopefully get some more sharpness, but Pritchard for me.
Yeah, I mean, Terry says Jamalji as well on there. I think, they all had a great game. Pritchard was good. I thought Matete was good again.
Yeah,
Broadhead, for the time he was on, I'm going to give it a Broadhead.
Yeah.
I just thought, I was surprised he lasted as long as he did as well. And he was brilliant.
Just to touch on the Broadhead thing, I think it was great that he's been back as early as he is, because I was expecting another couple of weeks at least until we were going to see him. And even then, I didn't think he'd be that match sharp. So fair play, he must have recovered well enough, and we've got 10 huge games left, potentially the playoffs as well.
I think as well, we've got a lot of players at the squad at the moment who, as much as they've got the ability there, aren't necessarily match fit. I mean, I know Defoe missed out the squad yesterday. Yeah. Clark and Roberts haven't, got many minutes, and that's been put down to match fitness. But Broadhead came back and after having not played since before Christmas. I actually thought you wouldn't have picked him out and said he's lacking match sharpness. There was maybe 1 or 2 times thought he hesitated on the ball a little bit, but I mean, if that's the only thing that he's lacking because because of his minutes, then
considering he's been out.
I mean,
for that long,
we wasn't aware of Defoe being injured yesterday. We was wondering why it wasn't him, but he picked up an injury apparently. Jason Black on the chat said ref was a joke. Pritchard got kicked off the pitch. I didn't think the ref was that bad yesterday, to be honest. We've had a hell of a lot worse.
Standard League One.
Also, Terry says true mate, Pritchard got kicked off the pitch. Tony Lee says full house. Spannerman says 3. Haven't got a clue what they're talking about.
Vests.
Oh yeah, vests. 3 vests. There you go. And Ian Wilkinson, have I lost weight?
Or have you selected the rest of the panel on purpose? There's a lot of
rumbles, Ian, rumbles.
A lot of confidence getting knocked on this panel.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's shocking. I mean, these lads, your mental health, we've got to think about.
Just to sort of get on the topic, the match fitness thing about Patrick Roberts. Apparently, how he played in, I think, an under-23s game last week. He apparently requested to play in that so that he could get match sharpness. And I think that the likes of him and the likes of Clark as well, to get match fitness. I honestly think if we finish the playoffs, I think those players could make a huge difference. Jack was saying, I think you said in the group chat, didn't you, when the team we could potentially have.
Yeah.
If we finish in the top
six.
I
I just kind of used a lap on my phone to have a look at the squad depth you could have if everyone in the squad was fit, and it could beat anyone in this league, in my opinion, provided you go into the game with the right mindset. I think it's brilliant, to be honest, that Roberts did put himself forward for that as well. It shows that he's got a really good attitude. A lot of players wouldn't want to play in a reserve game. They would deem it below them.
Right, fair enough. Anon says, the North Shields fan down there, I have one team in red and white I can rely on. Who's going to wish us luck? Gannon to Littlehampton, right down on the south coast next Saturday. Well, good luck to North Shields down at Littlehampton, all the way down the south coast. And so I believe North Shields have got a good following as well. We are thinking that. I've not got my phone. I'm trying to. No, I need to. Right. I'll have to get Karen to bring my phone up because I'm wondering where Tyler is and I need to message him. Karen, if you're, you've gone down there, see what's happening. Yesterday then, I mean, are we just not good enough or were we just unlucky yesterday, Michael?
For me, it was unlucky. I don't think we can say that after scoring 61 goals this season with Ross Stewart netting, I think is it just over a third of them,
look at that arm! It's like the movies. You're like a monster arm, and that's a real arm. That's not a jump.
Colin, come up, yeah. Oh, hello.
So, right, okay. We're just trying to find out what's happened to her.
We've got a streaker in the studio.
Go on, Michael.
Well, while Phil's doing that, I'll cover and answer it. So your question was whether we've got a certain friend in the studio.
Hello.
Here we go.
Here he is. Here's Colin. Hello. There you go. All right. Say hello to everybody. There you go. That's Colin, our SAFC Fan TV mascot down there. How you doing? All right.
He's not got many thoughts, has he?
No, not really.
Whoa.
Not a lot to say. There you go.
No.
You want to shave them arms as well, Karen.
Yours, not the dog's.
Right, to continue with the question you were asking, I think we can't, for me, I think it's naive to say, if anyone says we're not good enough going forward when we've scored 61 goals, I think it's the third or fourth most goals scored in the league. And Ross Stewart obviously has got, 22 of them? But obviously yesterday, he didn't have his finishing. Yeah, exactly. But for me, yesterday, I think it was just a case we were unlucky. Look, I know that Charlton's form was terrible, but we proved last week at Wigan that just because you're on terrible form doesn't mean that you're going to be guaranteed to lose a game. Look, I mean, Fleetwood's not exactly on great form on Tuesday. That doesn't mean that we're going to end up steamrolling them. So Charlton's bad run was always going to come to an end at some point, and they did put some last-ditch tackles on the line. So if we go another couple of games without scoring, then yes, you might start to ask those questions. But for one game, where I think it was one of the few times we failed to score, I'm not too concerned yet.
All right, fair enough. Dino, are we just not good enough, or were we just unlucky yesterday?
I don't think we're unlucky because none of the shots came off the bar or the post. There was no penalty shouts. I wouldn't say we're unlucky. I just don't think we're creative enough. I really don't. I think the passing going forward is a lot better, but when it comes to trying to create something, we're kind of lacked. And I don't know if that's because of the personnel, because I do believe Jack Clark should be starting. I think every time he comes
I agree
on,
with that, yeah.
I think every time he comes on, he gets past his man, he's creating stuff. Lyndon Gooch, he's good for a little bit, but he's not going to do what the likes of Jack Clark does. And I think Patrick Roberts should be getting into the team as well. I think he can create some. I just think we're like a little bit creativity at the minute.
Right, fair enough. Jack, your thoughts on that? Are we not good enough, or were we unlucky yesterday?
A mixture. I think you could probably see we're a little bit unlucky. We did create a heck of a lot of chances, and obviously none of them went in. But equally, I think that comes down to poor finishing. I disagree with Dino. I thought we had enough creativity to get over the line yesterday, especially in that second half. We could have quite easily had 2 or 3. We had that 3. Ross Stewart had 3 headers from corners in the first half. I just think it was poor finishing. Just Dino touched on Gooch there. I mean, he's played the last 2 games after having obviously missed quite a few recently. I just want to throw it out there, everyone. Like, I feel like with Gooch, when he's been out of the team for quite a while and he comes back in, he has his best performances. He'll have like a string of 3 or 4 games where he looks really good, and then he'll go off the ball.
The
for
problem
like
is after
10.
that, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know why it is, but I would just want to throw it out and just feel a bit of thoughts on it.
Just answer that with a question. Do you think that Gooch? I wouldn't be surprised if Gooch didn't start the next 2 games, because we're at home against teams that are. I know Charlton are as well, but I think their squad's better than Fleetwood and Crew's.
Yeah,
but I think for these next 2 games, when you've got Fleetwood and Crew at home, I actually wouldn't be shocked to see Clark start at least one of these next 2 fixtures.
I mean, I know match fitness has been thrown out, but for me, every time
Clark
has played, he's made somewhat of an impact. He doesn't look as if he's lacking too much sharpness. Broadhead hasn't played since Christmas, and he got 70 minutes. That'll only do him the world of good. He probably won't play much on Tuesday night. He might be on the bench, but it'll do him the world of good to get over an hour's worth of football.
The best way to get their match fitness up is by playing, getting minutes in.
Yeah, and if you're going to play in the first team, at least put him on the 23s for a game or 2 and let him work his fitness that way.
Well, with Gooch, I mean, fair play. I mean, he's got a fair amount of stick, certainly off us and a lot of fans. But he has been all right the last couple of games. Dino did make the comment yesterday in the commentary saying, I wonder if he's finally listening to a manager who's saying, you could just go in one person too far, because he wasn't doing that. But then we said Sirkin started doing it, didn't he, yesterday? But he was a lot better anyway. Just very quickly back to the chat. John T, bring McGeady in. Hugo, our friend in Portugal, says hello, lads, down there. Mick Griffiths, to be fair, a couple of good saves were made. Yeah, Terry says Stewart, unfortunately, has 3 good headers.
What do you think about it? Yesterday's performance. I mean, do you think we were unlucky or just didn't create?
I thought it was unlucky. I thought it was excellent. I mean, the passing. I mean, I had a little boner on, to be honest. It was, if I'm being brutally honest.
So I think Terry sums up quite well in the live chat. How he says Stewart unfortunately missed 3 good headers.
That's what I just said.
On another match, he could have scored. I don't know.
Do you think there were 3 good headers? I think they were glancing.
I mean, I think the point he's getting at is that on another day he could have scored the one where he went through on goal as well.
On another day, the connection with the headers better than you can.
And he could have had 4 with the one that he was running through on goal at the end.
Right. Okay. Casual Observer says Rod Stewart unfortunately morphed into Dave Swindlehurst yesterday. Dave Swindlehurst? No. Yes? No?
It's gone.
Sorry, just me. I'm sorry about that, Casual Observer. They say don't work with children and animals, and both tonight is what I've been working with.
Who's the animal?
Colin's been up.
Oh, yes. And Karen.
Right, well, we're out of the playoff places now, so how nervous are you? Dino? I mean, you said all along we wouldn't even make
well, I've changed my mind, but at the start of the season, I did say we wouldn't make the playoffs. It's just a consistency thing. We're not consistent enough. That's just the bottom line. I mean, we should be beating teams who have lost against and drawn against. I mean, like yesterday, we should have beat that team. We should have beat Doncaster when we played them when we were bottom of the league. We're just too inconsistent. So for me, I just think everyone else is winning around here while we're drawing against Charlton. So for me, I just think it's over now. I don't think.
Bowles is back. The Dominator's back.
We've got the Dominator, and we've even got Stato back here because he's got his stats for us.
Yes.
Everybody saw that. What do you think of that?
There you go. Right, it's just a league table. I don't think we can say for any stretch that it's over when we're 1 point off Chef Wed, who granted do have a game in hand, but I've got banged on about this lots of times.
Points in the points
Exactly.
on the board.
It doesn't mean they're going to win them. And I'm pretty sure Sheffield Wednesday have to play Wickham again. Wednesday have to play a few teams around us. Wickham were 1 point behind them, same games played. 5 points behind Oxford, but you know, we've got to win it, but we've got a game in hand on Oxford. So it's very, very close around us. Look, if yesterday is the start of a run to come where we don't beat teams that we should be, or if we, you know, fail to score goals, then yeah, look, it's going to be a concern. But I think for me, it might have been the case that Alex Neil coming in had to address some of the issues that were within the squad. And again, this is why I've said these last 2 games, 4 points away from home. And someone made a comment earlier saying, was it sad that we are happy with the goalless draw? I wouldn't say I'm happy with the goalless draw. I was disappointed not to win. But the point is, you've had 2 games in a row where you haven't conceded, and it's 4 points away from home. That will start to slowly build confidence. The problem is, have we left it too late? Well, guess we'll find out.
Right, okay. Young Jack?
I think a lot rests on the next 3 games. I touched on it earlier. We've got
Next 2 especially.
Fleetwood, Crewe.
Well, I've got if you don't go on to that, because I'm gonna do
Well,
that in a bit. I'll
just
yes, go on.
for the
It's
sake of
okay.
answering the question.
Sorry, Young Jack. Go on.
It's all right, Phil. We've got Fleetwood, Crewe, and Lincoln. So is our next 3 games. I know, Phil. I'm just say that for later on.
Close
How long are my arms?
I know.
Very, very.
Like I say, Fleetwood, Crewe, and Lincoln our next 3 games. I think they're all quite winnable.
Very winnable.
After a pretty decent performance yesterday, it's at least a bit of a platform we can use. If we can play like that against these next 3 teams and have a little bit more quality, a bit more decisiveness in the final third,
I'd be very surprised we don't get at least 2 wins out of the next 3.
Yeah. Like I think if you can get 7 or 9 points out of those,
79 points.
7 or
How are we
9.
gonna get that? What
7.
skill are you still at?
The
Do you not do that on me?
Sorry, Phil.
Thanks very much.
Sorry. Yes, I think if you can look to get 7 to 9 points out of the next 3 games,
at least 7, if not 9. Hopefully.
yeah, I'll be a lot more confident that we can then string a few more wins together, and then it's probably the onus is probably done on other teams to start picking up points. 4 or 5 wins probably change it.
Well, this is it. Nobody's run away with it. It's like
nobody's running on this.
We just said. I mean, we said it was Wigan's when we got beat at Bolton. Oh, right, Wigan off because they've won it. And then all of a sudden it was, it's Rotherham's. And now Rotherham are having a blip. And it's back in Wigan's hands now if they win their games in hand. So there's still a lot of points to play for.
It's just how League One works. Like, teams will have a great run of form. You'll think that it's theirs to lose now. And then they will lose it and someone else will take over. And then they'll drop off.
That's the nature of the division.
Yeah, like we've seen it every single season, whereby there's always someone who you think it's theirs to win, and then they drop off and lose it. And do you know what? Even Rotherham might even drop off a little bit. You just don't know.
Right, fair enough. Just very quickly on there, Mizu says, Dino, give us a wave. Dino, give us a wave.
I'm with. Oh, I am waving. I'm
looking
at the wrong screen.
A bit discreet, Dino. It's like Peter SAFC says we'll win at least 6 games.
Should do for me.
Spanamano based. I haven't got a clue what he's talking about there. And so, well, I mean, easily the playoffs for me, without a doubt. Far too many points to do that. Top 2 is gone.
That's been done for weeks.
I would like to say, what are you doing?
I'm just
kicking back. Throw a question out there for everyone. How many wins do you think we need out of our last 10 to finish in the top 6?
All of them. Every single one.
Well, I'll tell you what. Well, let's jump forward to this next one then. Our next 5 games, right, which are Fleetwood at home, Crewe at home, Lincoln away, Rotherham at home, Gillingham at home. 4 of the next 5 games.
Just sorry to interrupt there. Rotherham at home is on an international weekend.
That
will get moved. So I'd be very surprised if it didn't.
All right, then. Fair enough.
Well, it might be after Gillingham.
Well, until it gets moved, we're playing it on that day. So,
all right.
So the question I'll chuck out to you then is, we'll just lob it out there, in the words of another YouTuber we know. What points would be happy with from those 5 games, Michael?
Assuming that's our next 5, a minimum of 11 or 13 for me. I think if Rotherham say is postponed and it's after Gillingham, for instance, then 4 of those 5 are at home. 3 of those 4 in particular at home, I think, are extremely winnable. Lincoln away, I think that's very winnable personally, but obviously it is away.
What would you say for Fleetwood at home? A win?
Yeah, win. It has to be.
Right, and Crew at home?
Same, win.
Right, and then Lincoln away?
Should be a win for me.
A win. Rotherham at home?
Rotherham, depending on when, it depends when we play them. If we play them right now, I would say draws.
Well, let's go with it as now, because at the moment we are playing them.
If you're going with it as now, then draw probably.
Yeah, regardless of what it is, you take a point against Rotherham, wouldn't you?
And Gillingham.
And Gillingham should be a win. Like,
so we're looking at 13 points.
If you get 13 points, then I mean, what that puts us on 73 with I think 5 games to go. So
it's all good, and
you know. So I mean, for me, like I said, if you of the next 10 games, I think personally, I know Dean says he thinks we need to win all of them. For me, I think you need to win 6 or 7 of them. I think I'd be very surprised if that didn't seal it. 6, I think you could afford if you get a couple of draws. I think the important thing is that the next 10 games we need to use it as a platform to stay solid at the back, but also like, obviously get the balance right of creating chances and getting some confidence and getting some momentum. Because if you do that, then just finishing in the top 6 for me isn't good enough. We have to win the playoffs. But
all right, well, here's an interesting one then on the chat from Bob Bass or Bob Bass or whatever you want to pronounce that, fellas. I think MK Dons are heading for automatic promotion. Great result with 10 men yesterday. Was a good result. I just think their bubble's going to burst. I think they've had a good run. And I just think they're due.
Wigan still got the extra opportunities. Well, actually, MK Dons play Wigan next Saturday, so wait to see.
It happens in League One where teams just go on a run of form, and you're scratching your head thinking, how on earth have they got that good all of a sudden? And then,
like Blackpool was it last season. MK Dons seem to be it this season.
Yeah. But then they'll just completely drop off and crash and burn.
Well, anyway, sorry, Michael.
Carry on.
Jack. Next 5 games, how many points you were happy with Fleetwood?
I think we've got to win at the very least our next 2. After.
Do you think we will win them?
Yeah, I'm fairly confident. If you can play like that against Fleetwood and Crew, you'll probably afford yourself an extra couple of chances. Lincoln, I would expect us to win.
I wouldn't be shocked if we drop points at Lincoln.
But if we drop points again, I wouldn't be too surprised. As for Rotherham at home, I think you'd always take a point regardless of when it is, even if they've already won the league or whatever. And then Gillingham at home, I'm gonna stick my neck out and say that we're gonna win. I'm gonna hope that yesterday's performance can be used as a bit of a catapult.
Right, so you're going 13 points as well. Just very quickly, back on the chat down there. Tony Lee says it's Dino having problems with his hemorrhoids. He's very quiet tonight. Well, he is Captain Hemorrhoid.
But you said he wouldn't mention that anymore, didn't we?
Well, shall we have a quick check from? Do you want to push it back?
I'm going nowhere near Dino's cheeks.
Right, okay. Anon says
the rear entrance. That's for members only.
Can we forget you said that, Michael?
Yes, we will.
This is why we don't come to the studio anymore.
Right, okay. Brian Holiday, sorry, Sticky Vicky tends to lob it out as well. I did forget that we was in Spain yesterday with Dino, and I was
in Benidorm.
Well, we're just outside of Benidorm. We was in Albia, but anyway,
that's the nice part.
We on the show was talking about Sticky Vicky, and of course, Dino doesn't know who Sticky Vicky is.
A woman of many talents.
There you go. So on the end then, Dino, Captain Hemorrhoid is very quiet on the end there. Out of the next 5 games then, Fleetwood home, Crew home, Lincoln away, Rotherham at home, and Gillingham at home. How many points would you be happy with?
For me, all 15. I mean, everyone goes on, we are Sunderland, we should be out this league. If everyone should be expecting win.
You'll be disappointed if we don't get 15 then, is that what you're saying?
I'm disappointed regardless for the simple fact where we are. I'm not being funny. I mean, the only games in them where you should really realistically drop points is probably Rotherham. Probably the Rotherham game, it should be the only one you should really
I think I agree with that.
Drop points. So,
anyway.
So I'm going to say 14 then.
Good on.
That's my
is it?
Was that Jacob who made that joke?
Yeah.
Jacob said we should get like 27 points from the next 3 games.
Right, okay. Leave Jacob.
No, you said 5. You said 5 games, right? So
It probably is
so 5 games, 3 if you win all them, that's 15. If you drop points against Robin, get 1 point, that's 14. So how's that wrong?
Hey, you dickhead. Right, okay. John T says we will beat Rotherham. Emma Hanson, friend of the show, of course, says she'd take
13 points.
She'd take 10 points.
We got 2 points for a draw.
Yeah,
maybe.
13 points.
Emma would take 10 points. Well, fair enough. I'd like to think
we said points, not points.
Well, what would you say, Phil? What points tally would you be happy with from that?
I don't think we should get any less than 13. I think we continue to play like we did yesterday. I think we played against Wigan. We got the fantastic result. Didn't play as well as we did yesterday, but yesterday we were superb. It just didn't go for us. That's all.
Everything was right, just apart from.
And I think if those last 2 games are anything to go by, I think this could be the start of our push to the end. I think top 2's out of it, but if we get the momentum going into the playoffs, dare I say it, we could go to Wembley and win the playoffs.
I was going to say as well that because the last 2 times we've gone into the playoffs. And I'm not saying for 1 minute, I think at the minute we'll win them because it depends. It depends on the form. But the last 2 times we've gone into the playoffs, we've got into it having terrible form, just missed out on top 2. Mentality is going to be low, morale is going to be low. So whereas this time, hopefully, we've had our bad run. I'm hoping we've had our really bad run in February. So does that mean that then if we've had, because we always tend to have a bad run in the latter half of the season at some point. And this is me being optimistic. I'm hoping we've just had it. And then this time you can build a steady, good run towards the top 6, and this time because we know top 2's not happening, the mentality might be different, and that could be the decisive thing.
Right, okay. I've just got a message off Tyler saying if you email me the link, now I can come on. But unfortunately, Tyler, we've got Ben waiting backstage now. I'm going to bring Ben on because we are going to be playing. Fleetwood. So, like I said, Ben is backstage. We're going to bring him on just after we've done this next question I want to put out to you there. Just want to pass this along. If we don't get promoted at the end of the season...
I think I know what you're going to ask, yeah.
Yeah, because you've read my question.
I didn't actually, but now I will.
Is Alex Neil going to keep his job? Bearing in mind that allegedly Roy Keane didn't take the job because...
Ben's reaction now.
Roy Keane didn't take the job because he was only offered it till the end of the season. Now, I know this is a 12-month rolling contract with Alex Neil, but the form we have with second managers, I just wanted to ask you, Jack, you're itching to get in.
12-month rolling contract. What does that exactly mean? Does that mean his contract's up next February, or does it mean it continues at the end of the season?
Well, we don't know the ins and outs of it, but
we're never going to know that. I don't think he will get sacked. I think it'll be incredibly harsh for him to get sacked. He came into a squad that was depleted of confidence. He's mentioned how there's a lot of lads who've played too many minutes this season, a lot of members of the squad who aren't fit enough as it stands. I think there's far too many external factors you can point the finger to for me. It'll be incredibly harsh if he lost his job. I don't think he will. I hope we're going to back him, put a bit of confidence into him and let him take us forward next season.
Right, fair enough. Just very quickly, how does this sound? Ian Wilkinson on the chat says Defoe gets the winner at Wembley.
That would be so sad.
How sweet would that be?
Or even better, Lyndon Gooch scores his first goal of the season in the playoff final.
Shut up, man. Right. Alex Neil, does he keep his job if we don't go up, Dino?
No, because we're sat manager when we're third. So what makes you think we're going to keep a manager who doesn't get promoted?
Yeah, but then we didn't hire someone for 2 games. Then Alex Neil came in with 1 day's notice before the next game.
Right, okay, let's keep this quick because I want to bring Ben in down there. Michael Bowers, does Alex Neil keep his job at the end of the season if we don't go?
I would imagine so. I'd be very surprised if the board got rid of Alex Neil, but we don't know that until the end of the season, do we?
Well, this is it. I mean, as we know, we got rid of Lee Johnson when we're 2 points off top, didn't we? So anything can happen with this club. But Terry says, don't sack Alex Neil. Even Tony Lee says, give Alex Neil a decent run. And Tony Lee
loves sacking managers.
Tony Lee's sackless. Anyway,
he loves sacking.
We got Ben from Cod's Vlogs. Come have a round of applause for Ben. Wait. The thing is we was going to invite Ben up to the studio, but we blew the budget on going to Spain yesterday to do the commentary. Ben is with us. How you doing, Ben? You all right?
I'm doing well, mate. Again, frustrating game for us yesterday. Probably the same for you as well. But again, another game on Tuesday to be even more frustrated about.
Well, I was going to say, obviously, you're showing off your Stone Island there. One of the questions is, were you fighting with the Ipswich fans yesterday then?
I'm a normal person who's straight back to the pub, really, mate. You know, after a bad result, I just want to get out of Fleetwood.
Right.
But to be honest, it doesn't matter what the result is. I always enjoy getting out of Fleetwood.
Oh, really? So, a bit of respect, please, to Ben, who's come on. Ben, I'll tell you what, when we spoke to you last, I think it was just after the transfer window had closed, and we was asking you about Gio Matete, and to be honest, he's turned out to be an absolute
really
star for us, hasn't he? He has been great, which fair play to you. You did say he was, you said he was all right. But he's been brilliant.
I think you're kind of rubbing it in for the fact that they don't have.
I come on this channel, I know how I feel. He's depressed now, so
I can see by the way you were looking side to side. It was like, oh, stop mentioning it, man.
I told you he's unbelievable, like so agile. And you mentioned his height, aware. Believe me, he's what 5.5 foot, but he'll jump 8'4" or something like that. He's so good in the air.
Still bigger than me, but never mind. Why'd you find that funny, Michael?
No comment.
Yeah.
No,
Sure, well, there you go. Right then. So, have you got a question for Ben, any of you? Or
I mean, one I'll start with is obviously we've seen how good Matete has been at Sunderland. I can imagine he was a really integral part of Fleetwood setup. How have you coped with losing? Have you changed anything?
Well, to be fair, mate, he was in and out the side towards the end of his reign. I think we knew that he was going to leave the football club. Again, we've lost other players around him, so you can also say results have dropped since that. We've lost banter due to injury. We've had, Paddy Lane have a couple of knocks. Anthony Pilkington, who can play in those areas as well. But Matete has obviously been a big loss. He's a good player. He's young, he's hungry. He won't provide goals and assists every week, but what he will provide is that steal, and he will create other chances for other players and give them freedom to express themselves, and he will drive forward and win set pieces and stuff like that. So there's no surprise since he's left, we've not won a game of football.
Yeah, I mean, he's, well, when we got you on, we got you on because, fans of the club they've come from know the player better than we do. And he's been absolutely superb. I mean, he hasn't put a foot wrong. He
gave away one of the goals.
Oh, well,
he has.
Okay, for the most part, he hasn't put.
Dino,
give us back then if he keeps making mistakes.
Yeah, he's the Dominator, Dino. Anybody else got anything for Ben?
Yeah, Ben. But for Tuesday, what? Trying to think of the right word here. What's the best way that?
What's the best way of beating you?
Yeah, basically. What area of the pitch for Fleetwood at the minute? Because I mean, I know that obviously recent results haven't been great. So but what do we have to do to make sure that we do get the 3 points? Because a lot of times we've dropped points in games like this. Well, we proved it down at Highbury earlier in the season.
Get balls in behind our defence, because we play a back five, and I've been so critical of. I was so critical under Grayson playing a back five, but Crane has still done it. For me, we could see bucket loads playing a back five, play a back four. We could see probably just as many, and at least we have one more player to do something in midfield to fatten us up there, or even an attacking player. If you looked at the goals yesterday, Norwood scored Jackson scored a goal where our back five basically pressed up the pitch, probably 25 yards away from our goal, ball through, Jackson in. To do that, you're absolutely, onto somebody. To get balls into the box, you'll trouble us. And if you press us as well, Jules and Cial are the big lads and they're very clumsy on the ball. So, if you can press us, you're gonna win something. You're gonna get, corner kicks, free kicks, stuff like that, which will, cause us danger. And same alike, will we freeze? Probably so.
Sorry, just very quickly. I just wanted to say Dino likes to get his balls into the box as well. Sorry about that, Ben. Sorry, go on, Michael.
Are Fleetwood at the minute the type of team that if one thing goes against them or if they go 1-0 down, that the mentality just goes completely? Or because to be fair, obviously I know at Portsmouth, sorry, I know you won't want me saying this, but at 3-0 you should be winning the game. Then obviously something goes against you, that happens there. Are they the type of team at the minute that if one goal goes against them, the floodgates could open? Or am I missing something?
No, because if you look at a lot of our results this season, sorry to bring it up, 2-0 down against Sunderland with 20 to play, we draw 2-2. Wickham at home, we were 3-1 down. We drew 3-3. Plymouth at home, 86 minutes, we're 3-1 down. We draw 3-3. These are just some results that we've just fought and fought. Rotherham at home, we were 0-0. 96 minutes, we scored in the last minute of the game. So we scored a lot of late goals and we have fought. You know, in the last 8 or 9 games, I think we've lacked a little bit of quality, a little bit of cutting edge, and that's what's cost us. And at the end, I did think when Porter did score that first goal, it was a bit like, here we go, and you just knew kicking to the front and they're going to probably, you know, get at us. And the way we set up was horrendous, by the way. Like, we didn't even play 5. We played 5-5-0, and I think we had 25% of possession, and I'd say half of that was through our goalkeeper time wasting. And I do think we do struggle a little bit mentally in games if we're winning, seeing it out. But when we're losing, it's a different situation. It's like, oh, play football now, lads. And it feels sometimes it's like, just go out there, have a go. A bit like the lads have been out in the lash on a Saturday night going, come on, lads, just, you know, play football, do your best. If not, game on, we'll go on to the next one. And the next one's starting to cost us because there's 12 games to go. And I think Fleetwood need about, at the minute, 45 points could be enough for Fleetwood to sit with how bad League One is. But
I was going to say, no one down the bottom is running away with survival or anything.
Yeah.
No, you look at it. You look at it, it's horrific, mate.
Right, sorry, let me just jump in there, Ben, quickly on the chat. Brian Halliday says, hope Alex Neil is listening to this. Ian Barron says, are you watching this Alex McNeil, who must be his Scottish cousin?
That's the McDonald's
Yes.
version of Alex Neil.
And also down here, the casual observer, I thought he was talking about my wife, but he's saying, how big are Ben's curtains? Is he live from the Fleetwood Empire stage? Apparently. Have you got a question for?
I've got a question.
Oh, sorry. Go
Go
on.
on,
Dino's got a question for you, Ben.
Obviously, since losing Joey Barton, has your club went downhill? Like, do you miss Joey Barton? What's the management been like since Joey Barton left?
No, I don't miss him.
Don't miss him,
mate. People will say results have slipped since he's gone. You've got to remember, Barton had the 6th biggest wage budget in League One, so we were there for a reason. He did a good job for 2.5 years. You can't deny what he did. But Fleetwood aren't that club anymore. We're half the size of that club now. We're getting players from non-league, our academy. You look at that squad, we have Paddy Madden, Ched Evans, Glenn Whelan, Paul Coots, Harry Shim. A lot of those players can play in the Championship or League One at the top end, and we're on 3, 4, 5 grand a week. Now we're on £1 grand and £2 grand, and these players that aren't good enough. So you can put it down to Joey, but you can also say as well that the wage budget has massively gone down, and we're a different club now, trying to bring young players through, and young players can't perform every week, and it's as simple as that.
Right, you've got a question there, Jack?
Yeah, Ben, you mentioned that there seems to be like a fight in the Fleetwood squad mentally. When you're underdogs, you tend to thrive in that environment. But in terms of Tuesday night's fixture, what have we got to be most concerned about? Who's the main points of Fleetwood
Their
squad?
fans, because they were fine with Ipswich.
Oh, all 30 of them.
40.
wearing Stone jackets as well.
What to worry about? I don't know.
Brilliant.
I really don't know. Paddy Lane. Paddy Lane, he's the best player in our team, and I'd go to say he's been probably one of the best 30 players in League One this season. I think he's got 5 goals, 8 assists this season. He's a left winger. He's our number 32. And if you give him the ball and time in the box, he will hurt you. And he scored some brilliant goals of late. Away at Portsmouth, at home to Plymouth, at home to Cambridge, and he is an absolute star. And he's going to go on for £2-3 million, and just another one of those players that have we've signed or he's come through our academy from a young age, and they'll go on to bigger and better things.
All right, Joe, you're going to read that out.
The Casual Observer says, rumour has it, Dino likes his balls in the egg box, closest he's ever going to get them near a chick.
That's horrendous.
He's been horrible at me lately, isn't he? He's been proper horrible.
Yeah, so I've got a question. Ben, one for you. What do you think of Alex Neil getting to Sunderland? Obviously, we know that we've had the reputation of getting rid of managers left, right, and centre, but nevertheless, Alex Neil is here now. So, what's your thoughts on him for us? Whatever happens this season, how do you think you could see him doing here?
Well, it'd be absolutely ludicrous if you got rid of him.
Yeah.
I'd have no sympathy for you if you got rid of him after 17 games, which is come on, it's not his squad. You know, I know.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's Sunderland squad.
He's not signed the players. He's
Well, you've
come
got
in
Johnson.
with Sunderland,
didn't
by
sign
the
him.
way, not having the best season. And it'd be absolutely ludicrous if he got rid of him. And he is a good manager. He's proven that everywhere he goes. But all the good managers go to Sunderland, and then the Sunderland just break them. So it's just one of those. But I'd give Alex Neil at least 18 months because you've got to give managers time. If you don't, you'll never build anything. Because you look at League One, Wycombe do well. Gareth Davies has been there for a long time. Paul Warne, the top of the table because he's had 5 or 6 years to build that squad. Liam Richardson has been given time at Wigan. All the good sides in League One are giving the managers time and you build something. Whereas Sunderland just go, 3 bad results, bang, you're gone. And that's why they're not there where they are now.
There is our problem, Ben,
Yeah.
because we don't give managers time. It's
I would argue just to counter that. I mean,
you
this
could
is.
argue.
Oh yeah,
Again,
oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
all
Of
you do.
course I will. Of course I will. This is obviously like the exception probably rather than the rule. But Watford did that last season when they changed their manager.
They
And
changed
then
the manager. more than
they
changed their
hang on,
underpants.
let us finish. Last season they changed their manager, and then they ended up going from something like 4th or 5th in the league, and ended up finishing the automatic promotion spots. Now I'm not saying. By the way, I'm not saying I want to get rid of Alex Neil.
Yes, you are.
If you can interpret it that way if you want to, Phil. I'm not saying that for a start. I just think that
Well, I will.
a lot. Yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm obviously look. I know that League One is a competitive division. It's certainly one where, without trying to sound arrogant, a lot of teams do like to play against Sunderland and like to sort of, I don't know what the word is. You know, I could have an argument in an empty room. Yeah, I definitely could. I just think obviously a lot of managers like look at Liam Richardson. There's an example. The team that he's built is less than a year old. Yet he's got Wigan in the top 2 places and very strong contenders to looking like they're going up automatically.
Right. Okay. Look, we are running out of time. So what I want to do, I want to get some score predictions from you for Tuesday night when we play at Fleetwood. Ben, are you coming up to the game?
Of course, mate.
Yeah, because our under 5s will be looking for you. Mind if you come up in your Stone Island jumper. Ben, what about a prediction then?
Oh, 2-0 Sunderland, I think, unfortunately, mate.
Right, 2-0 to Sunderland. Michael?
Same score. But now I've said that, now we'll probably end up drawing 1-1 or losing 1-0.
Well, what you do? I mean, you can't have 3 guesses.
Yeah, well,
honestly,
we
man.
give the official guess.
Lucky dip at this rate.
2-0. There you go. Right. Jack?
Sunderland AFC 4, Fleetwood Town 0.
4-0. Confident.
I am never that confident of how
The Doominator on the end, all doom and gloom. Probably a draw.
1-1, right?
1-1. There you go.
What's yours?
I'm going to go for 3-1 to Sunderland.
I'm
Ever.
sure he thinks every game's going to be 3-1. Someone's going to be.
Is
Because
this
all
because you put your 3-1 bet on still?
you ever does 3-1 all the time.
I
Never
can't
happens.
even remember the last time we won 3-1.
I can't. I've lost loads of
And
money.
you bet it every week.
I know I do. So that's why I'm skint. Right then, listen, Ben, we are out of time. Thanks for joining us. Everybody, just check out Ben's channel, which is Cod's Vlogs. Superb channel, football channel, covers Fleetwood Town and many of the teams as well. Includes on there. So make sure you pop over to Cod's Vlogs, give it a like, and subscribe to Ben's channel as well. Great chap. We'll have you back on. Well, hopefully not next season, Ben. Hopefully we're, or probably next season with us, I would imagine. So hopefully you'll stay up and, well, we'll probably still be in this league. Thanks for joining us, Ben.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, guys.
Mate, but not on Tuesday. See you. Say bye to Ben.
Say bye to Ben.
Bye to Ben.
Say bye to Ben.
He's gone. He's gone. He's off.
See you, Ben.
He's
All
off.
right.
He's gone.
There you go. Well, we've just got we've got a couple of minutes left then. Let's have a quick look on the we've got scores coming in down here, predictions. 4-0 to the lads. John T says Mick Griffiths 2-0. Emma's going for 1-0. Conrad Tank says 4-0. Spannerman says 5-0.
Announce 1-0 Fleetwood now.
Sunderland Captain Pugwash
Thank you, Jack.
nil.
Thank you very much.
5-5, 5-0, 2-1 Sunderland, 6-0, 3-0. Well, who knows? But,
If we want to finish in the top 6, we need to be winning this game.
Yeah.
Simple.
And I think you've got to be looking at the next 3 games and thinking it's the best chance we've got, in my opinion, now to kick on.
The next 2 games, certainly, we have to be looking at 6 points if we want to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, agreed.
right, just very quickly, Mad Magnum says, quality chat, Ben, champion. He is very knowledgeable. Ben, great great YouTuber as well. If you like, as we said, if you just check out Cod's vlogs, and you can see
CSVs.
Sees what?
CSVs, COD's vlogs.
CSVs.
It's a bit rude, right?
End the show, please.
Right then. There we go then. Luke, let's wrap it up. Thanks for joining us. What I've not done is I forgot to plug. If you go in the last game of the season, if you're going down to Morecambe, we are doing a pre-match and a post-match show down there. Now, we did get the times wrong because we thought it was a 3 o'clock kickoff. Then it was pointed out to us that it is a 12:30 kickoff on the 30th of April. We are in Johnny's Bar. There you go, Johnny's Bar on the seafront in Morecambe. 30th of April. We're going to be, it's on from 9 o'clock in the morning. Free to get in. Go in there, get your breakfast. Do great food in there as well. I'll be going on stage at 11:15, just for an hour.
So you're not to leave at 11 o'clock?
Well,
You're not to leave at 11 o'clock?
oh, no.
When 11 comes round.
Well, there you
get
go.
out.
And then we're going to do an after party as well. So win or lose, we're on the booze. Come and see us in Johnny's. And have you got a Johnny?
Oh, plenty of them.
There you go. So that's Johnny's Bar. We'll get that all over the social media. So I would love to see you down there. We'll join all the other Sunderland fans and we'll get everybody singing. And it's only a 20-minute walk from the ground as well. So it's not
Too far for
bad.
Dino.
Why would you say that? I mean, you're not so slim yourself.
I know.
I love
Shouldn't
the fact
have
that
all
Dino's not
stripes
reacting
either.
now. You're just used to it now.
Yeah, well. It's like water off a duck hunter's back.
Aww.
Right then. So
All
that
right,
just
boss.
about wraps it up. Thanks for joining us. Do you want to say bye to everybody, Dino?
Goodbye.
You sound less enthusiastic if you
Thank
try.
you for watching, everyone. Take care and goodbye.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.
All right. Don't forget to please like and subscribe. If you are a member of the channel, watch for your name at the end, scrolling up in the credits. And on 3, we'd all just like to say 1, 2, 3.
Mezcal.
Mezcal.